Hello everyone, hope all of you are doing great. And in today's video, we are going to discuss some different concepts that are related to the first four units. So the first question here says to you, write two irrational numbers with sum of 17. We agreed in order to write the first irrational number, we must write here any third plus this number that they want. Any third. So I'm going to write here, for example, root of 2 plus 17. This is a 2, not a z. Oh, before we start, I would like you first to do all the questions that are in this page. So I need you first to pause the video, answer these questions before watching the explanation of each one of them. Once you finish answering all the questions in this page, get back to the video and watch the answers. Okay? But when you watch for the answers, I need you to really study them. Now, I really need you to study each question if you made any of them, any mistake. So here, write two irrational numbers with sum of 17. I'm going to write any third plus 17, and this is going to be the first irrational number. The second irrational number is going to be the opposite of that third, which means negative square root of 2. This way. Don't write square root of negative 2. No. And it should be written exactly this way. All right. Write two irrational numbers with a product of 6. Don't write 3 times 2 because many of you do this. Please do not write 3 times 2. No, these are not two irrational numbers. They want irrational numbers. So they want a third times another third. Don't write square root of 3 times square root of 2. This is not right. This is wrong because this is going to give you square root of 6, which is not 6. So the only right answer would be something that gives me square root of 36. Two thirds, two irrational numbers, they give you square root of 36. So I can write square root of 2 and square root of what? 18. Multiplying them, because they wanted the product, will give you square root of 36, and both of them are irrational numbers. Someone else might say, Mister, I'm going to write square root of 12 and square root of 3. Also correct. They will give you square root of 36, which is 6. And all the numbers that I've provided over here are irrational numbers. Here, they're saying to you 17 to the power of 4x equals 17 to the power of 24. Find the value of x. Mister, I know here that 4x, let me just choose a different color for the answers. I'll choose, let's make it red. Okay, so here, this means 4x is the same exactly as 24. So what is x? X is 6. Send the 4, multiply by 4 there, divided by 4. So x is 6. Write as a power of 5. Okay, mister, this 25 is 5 to the power of 2. Yes, that's 25, but all is to the power of negative 2. So the answer is 5 to the power of negative 4. Now I wrote it as a power of 5. Next, it is 1 over 5 to the power of 2, which is the same as 5 to the power of negative 2. 125 is just 5 to the power of 3. 1 over 25 to the power of 2. Mister, I know that 25 to the power of 2 is the same as 25. 1 over 25 to the power of 2 is the same as 25 to the power of negative 2. So it is 5 to the power of 2, and all is to the power of negative 2, which means 5 to the power of negative 4. Question 3 here, 125, mister, I know that this is 5 to the power of 3, 125, but all is to the power of negative 4, so 5 to the power of negative 12. This one here, oh, mister, in multiplication, we add the powers. Negative 3 plus 4 is going to give you exactly 5 to the power of 1. Next, square and cube roots. Okay, they wanted to find square root of 121. Don't write just 11. We know that 11 times 11 will give you 121. Mister, the answer is 11. Okay, but I need you to write all the possible answers. So the square root of 121 is actually two numbers. It has two answers. It is positive 11 and negative 11. Both of them, if you multiply them by each other, they will give you 121. If you multiply, I mean 11 by 11 will give you 121. So 11 is correct. طب Mr. Can I have a different answer? Yes. If you write negative 11, also is correct. So negative 11 times negative 11 is 121. You can write it this way, or you can write the answer to this is positive or negative 11 this way. This is the answer to this question. All right. Here, square root of negative 16. Mr. Ahmed said to us that you cannot get the square root of a negative number. So, not possible. Mister, shall I write this? Yes. Right, not possible. This way. طب negative square root of 16. Mr. Ahmed said that you cannot get a square root of a negative number. Yes, but this is not a square root of a negative number. It's square root of positive number. And outside of the root is negative. So square root of 16 is 4. But outside of the root, I have negative, so it's negative 4. There is a huge difference between 2 and 3. Question 4, you should memorize the cube numbers up until, as we agreed before, until like 1000. So you're going to find here that this is exactly 7. Mr. Positive or negative 7? No. The cube roots, if it's positive, the answer is positive. If it's negative, like in question 5, the answer is negative. Okay, that's only in cube roots. Don't go and say in cubic root of negative 64. Mr. Ahmed said this is not possible. So, right, not possible. That's in the square root. Study, please. You're gonna get confused. You can pause the video whenever you want. Write notes. Explain to yourself. You're not watching a movie. Please, you're not watching a movie. Write down some notes, start answering, start explaining it to yourself, explaining it out loud, whatever you want to do. But just please make sure that you study this. Write these numbers in standard form. Mister, it's going to be 4.78. Yes, exactly, because it must be between 1 and 10 times 10 to the power of, I'm going to go 3, 6, 9. So it is 10 to the power of 9. And if you want to make sure that you got it right or not, ask yourself, if I answer this in full, in ordinary form, will it give me back this one? Yes, it will. Type here. This is going to be 5.93 times. You're going to find that you move the decimal point to 3, 6, 7 digits to the right. So it is 10 to the power of negative 7. Here, it is going to be 8.12. I moved the decimal point. It's here, the decimal point. 2 digits to the left. It's plus 2. Negative 3 plus 2 is positive 1. يعني 10 to the power of 1, which is just 10. Okay, I moved it to the left 2 digits. So I'm going to add 2 to the power. Negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. Sorry, it's not 1, it's negative 1. Negative 3 plus 1 is negative 1. So 8.12 times 10 to the power of negative 1. Next, this page, pause the video and start answering all the questions on your own. Once you're done, get back to the video and check your answers. Here, they wanted to work out the range of the possible values of x. Mister, what does this mean? It just means to solve the inequality and write your answer as an inequality represented on a number line. So, work out the range of possible values of x. Mister, they are unlimited. They are endless. Yes, they just want you to write it as an inequality. Write your answer as an inequality. Then represent to a number line type. Here, I'm going to send it this times 4. I'm going to send it there divided by 40. But x is less than or equal to 4. 16 divided by 4 is 4. That's the first part. Done. The second part, they wanted to represent to a number line. Any number line that has number 4 in it. 3, 2, whatever the numbers that you want to put, I just want 4 in it. 4, but Mister, there's an equal sign, so shaded circle. Don't forget, must be shaded. It's less, so I go left. Mister, there is no limit, so you put an arrow. It's endless. Here, divided by -4. Aha, Mr. Ahmed said if you divide or you multiply by negative, the inequality sign gets switched this way. I'm going to divide by -4, so it becomes -4 this way here. On the number line, I have here -4, -3, -2, -1, or whatever. But here I'm going to put, and here is -5. Here I'm going to put a circle. It is shaded because there is an equal sign. And I'm going to go to the right direction because it's greater and an arrow. Here, I'm going to send the -5 there plus, which side am I saying? Both sides. So it is going to be half, I'm going to have here 12x. 19 plus 5 is 24. 31 plus 5 is 36. But x is greater than or equal to, divided by 12 is 2, divided by 12 is 3. On a number line, you should have 2 and 3. Well, you're gonna just have here 2, you're gonna have there 3, and you might have 4. So it is anything that is between 2 and 3. The 2 is included, so it's definitely, it can be a whole number, which is the 2. It can be a decimal, any decimal between 2 and 3. This is open circle because there is no equal sign. The 2 is included, so it's shaded. And I stop there. There is no arrow in what I'm drawing. There is a limit from the left side limit, the right side limit as well. Here, collect like terms. Mister, shall I get the 4x to the 7x? Yes, because we take small to big. But if I get the big to the small, not a problem. It's not going to be wrong, but you're going to just have to do an extra step. It's not going to be a problem at all. So I'm going to say here 4x minus 7x. That's if you get the big to the small is less than. The 4 stays positive, but the -5 goes there positive as well. So +5. So here you're going to find a -3x is less than 9. So x, divide by -3. Divide by -3, so switch the sign. Greater than -3. Okay? This switch that happened right now would not happen if you took the small to the big. It wouldn't happen. But it's fine. It is not a problem if you do the opposite, but just be careful when you divide by -3, you should switch the sign. Work out this expression when r is equal to 6. So I'm going to do here 6 plus 2 all squared minus 4. 6 minus 2 all cubed. 6 plus 2 is 8 squared. 8 squared is 64. Minus 4 multiplied by 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 cubed is what? 64. Equals 64 minus, you're going to find the 4 times 60 is 240, 240, and 16 is 256. I just did the long multiplication, but mentally, you can just do 64 times 4. You're going to find that it is exactly 256, like what I've done right now. All right. So, equals, you're going to find here the answer to this. You can do the subtraction. The long one, you can do it mentally. So you're going to find that it is 192 exactly, but the sign of the bigger number is negative, so negative 192. This is the answer. All right, let's continue. Expand first by first, first by second, second by first, second by second. So 3t times t is 3t squared. 3t times +1, so plus 3t. -2 times t, -2t. -2 times 1 is -2. Collect like terms. 3t squared plus t minus 2. 3t minus 2t is positive t, so plus t minus 2. Mister, can I say 3t squared plus t is 4t? No, you can't. we collect like terms only. طب here يا مستر, here it is exactly the same as if you're saying 3t minus 2 multiplied by 3t minus 2. So first by first, 9t squared. First by second, negative 6t. Second by first, negative 6t. Second by second is positive 4 equals, you're going to find here 9t squared minus 12t plus 4. Next, make x the subject. Okay, mister, the last thing that happened to x is divided by 4. Send it there, multiply by 4. So x plus y equals 48. I sent to the division there, multiplication. So x equals 48 minus y. Here, make x the subject, mister. Switch. X, I need it to be on the left side. That's the first step. حاضر. Okay, 4x minus 2 over 3 equals negative 3m. I switched. Send the divided by 3 there times 3. You have 4x minus 2 equals, we said send it to their multiplication, so negative 9m. Send the minus 2 plus. So 4x equals negative 9m plus 2. Send the times 4 divided by 4. يبقى x equals negative 9m plus 2 over 4. That's it. Negative 9m plus 2 over 4. Okay, mister, what about this one? Not a problem. Switch. X is squared. 4x is squared equals 64. يبقى x squared equals 64 divided by 4. You're going to find it 16. So x equals 4. Positive or negative 4, actually. We agreed square root of 16 is positive or negative 4. 3y equals 9x cubed. Switch. They want x to be the subject to get it on the left side. I'm going to send the 9 there, division, because what is the last thing that happened to the x semester? First it got cubed, then it got multiplied by 9. So I'm going to send the last thing that happened, which is 9. You send it there, division. So x cubed equals 3y over 9. Mister, they want x, not x cubed. So x equals the same thing exactly, 3y over 9, but it's not cubed. I'm going to send the cube there to be cubic root. Make sure the cube root covers everything under the root. Next page, make sure, please, that you pause the video, answer all the questions on this page, and then return back to the video to find the explanation of each question. While you're watching, make sure that you study everything that you got wrong. If you made a mistake in the previous pages, pause the video, study your mistakes very well, re-answer the questions, then get back to the video. All right, here, they wanted to write an expression for the parameter. Mister, parameter is length. Here is the parameter. Length plus width, but doubled, because I got length and length, width and width. That's the parameter. So I'm going to add the length and the width and times by 2. So 2 multiplied by 4x plus 3 plus 4x minus 2. This and this equals, here, 4x plus 4x is 8x. You have 2, 8x plus 1. I collected the like terms. Positive 3 minus 2 is positive 1. Then what's the expression? Equals 2 times 8x, I'm expanding. 2 times 8x is 16x plus 2. Here is the expression for the parameter. But what about an expression for the area? For the area, I do the length times the width. So you've got there 4x plus 3 multiplied by 4x minus 2. Aha, this is expanding brackets. 4x times 4x is 16x squared, first by first. First by second, negative 8x. Second by first, positive 12x. Second by second, negative 6. And then to collect like terms, I have 16x squared. Negative 8x plus 12x is positive 4x minus 6. And this is the expression for the area. If x is 2, find the area and the perimeter. Okay, here is the area. We said area is 16x squared plus 4x minus 6. That's the area. Remove x and write 2. So 16 times 2 squared. I'm going to just do it fast because I have no space here. It's just 2 squared is 4 times 16 is 64. Plus 4 times 2, 8. Minus 6 equals 64 plus 8 minus 6. You're going to find that it is exactly 66 centimeters squared. Here's the area, okay? All right, but the parameter. Mister, the parameter we found that it is 16x plus 2. When x is 2, you have 32. 16 times 2, 32 plus 2 equals 34. Find the lower and upper bounds that show the range in the form of an inequality. Oh, rounded to the nearest hundred, it means you add 100, so, and you add 50 and minus 50. Add 50 or minus 50. The lower bound, a lower bound minus 50. So it's 2,350. Upper bound, it is add 50 to 1,450. طب the inequality يا مستر, they said the lower bound, upper bound, and the inequality. So you're going to find here, if you haven't done the inequality, pause the video and finish it, please, properly in the 3 questions. Here you're going to find, right, x is greater than or equal to 2,350 and must be less than 2,450. The next one is rounded to the nearest centimeter. Centimeter here is actually the nearest whole number. Whole number, that means add or subtract a half. So lower bound is actually going to be what? The lower bound, this is an arrow, okay? An arrow. Lower bound minus half, so 44.5 centimeters. Upper bound add half, so it's 45.5 centimeters. So x is greater than or equal to 44.5, less than 45.5. 5.3 rounded to 1 decimal place. This is rounded 1 decimal place. So I add or subtract 0.05. So lower bound 5.25. Upper bound 5.35. Inequality, x is greater than or equal to 5.25, less than 5.35. The balance in a bank account in January 2021 was $2,400. That is in 2021. After 1 year, it increased by 32%. During the second year, the new balance decreased by 10%. How much money was in the account in January 2023, which means after 2 years. They told you here 2021. So, mister, I'm going to do 2,400 and I'm going to multiply it by, it got increased in the first year by 32%, so multiply by 1.32, that is the multiplier of the increase, times the second year it got decreased by 10%, which means 0.9, that's the multiplier of the second year. Now you do this multiplication and you're going to find that the answer at the end, you can just do it over here, 2,400. You multiply it by, let's say, 1.32. Mister, can I multiply the 100 first? Can I say, as if I'm multiplying 24 times 100 times 1.32? Can I say 4 times 100 times 1.32? Yes, you can. And then I do here 24 times 132 so that I get it 2 digits by 3. Fine, you can do that. You can do 2 digits by 3 digits, it is fine. But mister, this is very confusing. I don't get it. How can I multiply by three digits? Well, you're supposed to know how to do this actually. You must know how to do this. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. Put a 0. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 4 is 12. Took care of the 1. 3 times 2 is 6. And 1 is going to be 7. Mister, I still have a 1. So I put in the next time. So here I put no zeros. And here I put 1 0 in the beginning. Then here you put 2 zeros. So 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 4 is 5, is 4. 1 times 2, this is old. 1 times 2 is 2. Over 0, 0, 8, 6, 11, then 3. I have one decimal place, two decimal places. So I need two digits to be on the right side. So the answer is going to become 3,168, and this is 3,168 only from this. So 3,168 multiplied by 0.9 equals, I'm going to do the same thing, 3,168, but multiply by 0.9. Ignore the decimal point. 9 times 8 is 72. Carry up the 7. 9 times 6 is 54. 54 and 7 is going to be 61. 9 times 1 is 9, and 6 is 15. Carry up the 1. 9 times 3 is 27, and 1 is 28. But I have one decimal place. So it is $2,851.2. Mister, if such a question comes in paper, well, most probably such a question will come to you in paper 2. If they have multiplying by three-digit numbers and these things, you should be able to do it like what we've done right now, but most probably it will come to you in paper 2. So you will just need to do 2,400 multiplied by 1.32 multiplied by 0.9 equals, then you write SD, it's 2,851.2 like what we've done over here. Most probably such a question will come to you in paper 2. Next, pause the video, answer the questions on your own. And if you're struggling with something or after you finish, get back to the video and check your answers. Adham earned 43 out of 50 on his mathematics final exam. So that's Adham. He got 43 out of 50, while he got 17 out of 20, 17 out of 20 in his midterm. So it's not about Adham and another person, it's about end of term and midterm. So we got over here end of term, and this is here midterm. So 17 out of 20. They're asking you in which exam did he achieve a higher score? Well, don't look at it and say, oh, mister, definitely here he lost only 3 marks, when he lost 7 marks, definitely midterm is higher. No, doesn't work this way. You need to convert them into a percentage first. So if it's paper 2, focus and write these steps down and study this. If it's in paper 2, you're going to just do 43 divided by 50 multiplied by 100. We'll give it to you as a percentage. If it is paper 2, again, 17 divided by 20 or 17 over 20 times 100, we'll give it to you as a percentage. But mister, if it is paper 1, please write these notes down. If it's paper 1, well, if it is paper 1, no, it's a different story. You need to convert it into a percentage on your own without a calculator. And you learned how to do this. Multiply by 2, multiply by 2. You learned it in year 6 and in year 7. And here multiply by 2, multiply by 2. So this becomes 86 over 100, which is 86%. This becomes, D5. Multiply here by 5, here by 5 to make it over 100. So this becomes over 100. 17 times 5 will give you exactly 85 over 100, which is 85%. So the key here is to make the denominator out of 100. You just put the numerator in your percentage. That's it. So which one is a higher score? Aha, end of term is higher. All right, next question. The value of a car decreases 4% every year if the value of a brand new car is 12,500. Write an expression to show the value of the car after 7 years. Mister, it decreases by 4%? Yes. So the multiplier is 0.96. 0.96. Because it decreased 4%, it becomes 96%, 96%, which is 0.96 of the multiplier. So it's 12,500 times 0.96. Oh, that's it, Mr. No, that will give you the value after 1 year. طب يا مستر هم they want after 7 years. So it is 12,500 times 0.96 to the power of 7. طب what does it mean here? What does this expression represent? 12,500 times 0.96 to the power of 10. It represents the value of the car after 10 years. This is what it represents. Next, after a 20% decrease, the price of a book became $40. What was the price of the book before the decrease? Aha, they wanted the original amount. So the original amount is what? So I'm supposed to, Mr. here, not to multiply by the multiplier. I'm going to divide by the multiplier because they wanted the original amount. So it is 40 divided by the multiplier. What is the multiplier? It is 20% decrease. So it is 80%, so 0.8. 40 divided by 0.8. We learned in Unit 3 with decimals that this cannot be done directly. You must make sure that the divisor, which is the number after the division sign, is a whole number. So I'm going to multiply this by 10, multiply this by 10. So the new question is what? 400 divided by 8. 400 divided by 8 is going to give you 50. Exactly. So the price, the original price was $50. Mister, I could have done this without the multiplier, without any of these, Mr. steps at all. I could have done it mentally. Yes, I understand that you could have done this question mentally. Many other questions you will not be able to do mentally. So you need to follow the steps and learn the steps. Please pause the video, write notes if you would like to, or if you need help, you needed help with this. Here are two equations of two lines. Y equals 2x plus 3, 3x plus y equals 18. Find out the coordinates of the point where the two lines cross. إيه ده مستر يعني إيه؟ What does this mean? Find out the two coordinates of the point where the two lines cross. Yes, they just want from you to solve the simultaneous equations, which means find the value of x, find the value of y. These are the coordinates that they want. What is x? What is y? Aha, this is substitution method. I have here y equals. So if you have one of the variables given to you in this way is the subject, one of the two variables is the subject. That means I'm going to use the substitution method. How, Mr.? They're telling you that 3x plus y equals 18. I'm going to use this to solve the other one. How? They told you that y is 2x plus 3. So I'm going to remove in the other one, y, remove it, and write 2x plus 3. So 3x plus, and instead of y, 2x plus 3, which is given to me here. Y is 2x plus 3. So remove y and write 2x plus 3 equals 18. 3x plus 2x, 5x plus 3 equals 18. Send minus 3 there. So 5x equals 15. Divide by 5. So x equals 3. After that, find y. They told you that y is 2x plus 3. So y equals 2 times x, which is 2 times 3. We found that x is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. Plus 3, y is 9. So what are the two coordinates? They told you find out the coordinates of the point to where the two lines cross. Study this form of the question. It means answer or do the simultaneous equations. It just simply means find the value of x, find the value of y. So these are the coordinates where the two lines will meet. It's 3, 9. X is 3, y is 9. You must write it this way because they want coordinates. Next, complete the tables of values for each equation. Here, I have x when x is 0. Must substitute when x is 0, substitute x be 0. So 2 times 0 is 0, plus 4 is 4. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 4 is 8. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. Then the other 0 plus 6 is 6, 2 plus 6 is 8, 4 plus 6 is 10. Then you go to the coordinates over here, the coordinate plane, and you start plotting the first line only first. Only the first line. So what are we supposed to do here? I'm supposed to find 0, 4 on the coordinate plane. 0, 4 is here. Good. Next is what? I plotted it. 2 and 8. So 2, 8 is here. Oh, it's lagging, taking so long. I don't know why. But anyway, 4 and 12. So I'm going to go to 4 and 12. It is here. All right. Done. Hopefully. Come on. Taking forever. 4 and 12. Done. Whoa. It's going to give me a hard time. Seems like that. All right. So now I'm going to start. I finished the first line, the first table of values. So now connect the points. Connect your points. Lagging, unfortunately. The application is not responding. Here we go. I'm going to just connect these with each other this way. Okay. I'm going to try once more. If it still doesn't function properly, I'm going to have just to pause the video. All right. Now the next one, 0, 6. 0, 6. It is here. Now this is the second line. 0, 6 is here. 2, 8. So 2, 8 is here. 4, 10. So 4, 10 is here. Now, what are we supposed to do after that? We are supposed to connect them with each other. So I'm going to use this. Hopefully it works quickly. I'm going to pause the video after answering this question with you. Okay, here we go. Okay, Mr. I now found the table of values done of this and the table of values of this. Thank you. Very good. And I plotted them on the graph and I just connected the points. First, name each line. The first line that we drew over there was 2x plus 4. 2x plus 4. This one, 2x plus 4. So you have to write over here 2x plus 4. But after that, Mr. After I write the name of this line and I write the name of the other line as well, what am I supposed to do? You're supposed to find the coordinates of the point of intersection. خلاص يا Mr. I drew them and I need to find the point of intersection. So you're going to go to the point of intersection and you draw a line this way exactly. My laptop is dying. It's not the battery. I feel like the laptop itself is dying. I'm gonna pause once we finish this question, and most probably I will see you in part two, another part. So here you're gonna have to draw a line until the point of intersection over here. The point of intersection, you're going to go down this way, and you're gonna find that x is 2. So x equals what? X equals 2. And you're going to find that y is 8. So here we go, finally. X is 2 and y is 8. Uh, I'm unable to write them right now, but I hope that you understand this. All what we've done is just to find the table of values. We plotted the first line, we named the first line, we plotted the second line, we named the second line. The point of intersection, the x of it is 2, so x equals 2. The y of it is 8, so y equals 8. That's it. See you in part 2. Thank you so much. And please, if you are facing any problem with any of the questions, please make sure that you study them. Thank you and see you in part 2.